At the Canadian Killer said, Demko is a great goalie, but if he can't stay healthy, I don't think he's a good asset to keep on the Canucks roster. This is coming from a Demko fan. What? You know what I mean? What? Not to be rude, but what? Just to repeat it, he said, Demko is a great goalie, but if he can't stay healthy, I don't think he's a good asset to keep on the Canucks roster. Yeah, I guess that's kind of just a fact, but it depends on what you mean. Like, are we talking 4 years down the line and the dude's only played a total of 25 games? Because then I agree. I mean, it's sad to think about, and I don't even really want to go down that road right now, but yeah, I guess technically. But right now, if he only gets 20 games this whole season, like, not that that's going to happen, but let's say he only got in 20 games, he is still one of the best goalies in the league and one of the best goalies the Canucks have ever had. So, no, I don't think there's even like remotely a chance, at least right now, that they would try to get rid of him. Also, if it ever got to the point where, you know, we're looking 4 or 5 years down the line and he's been injured every single season, you can't just trade him. Like, teams won't want that, right? I don't know. Disagree, but thank you for commenting, and honestly, good on you for following the criteria, because that is a hot take. Okay, at Davy Jones 4910 said, Draisaitl is overrated. No, he's not. Sorry, disagree. I am a Canucks fan through and through, and I want to dislike Draisaitl. In fact, I do, but I can't deny truths. If anything, he is underrated. If anything, because he plays with Connor McDavid, the best player in the league, maybe the best player ever. It's like the Evgeny Malkin effect. Evgeny Malkin played his whole career, I mean, he's still playing, with Crosby, and Crosby is one of the best players to ever play. So as good as Evgeny Malkin was, and good isn't the right word, Evgeny Malkin is an elite, superstar, franchise player, and yet he's never been the best player on his team, aside from when Crosby was injured. So I don't think Draisaitl's underrated, but if you had to pick one or the other, he's underrated. But I think he's probably perfectly rated. Every time the Canucks play them, whether it was the playoffs or in the season when they kicked their asses every time Draisaitl touched the puck, I'd shit my pants a little bit. And I'm serious. I went through like 5 different couches. Anyways, at Yogi Core said, hot take, the Vancouver Canucks are good. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I couldn't agree more. Actually, you know what? I could agree more. Because this year, I think the Vancouver Canucks might be great. I might have to update the slogan a little bit here. At L1MERS, or at Limers, I don't know what that means, said, Vilmer Alriksson is going to be our new Zaddy. He has the potential to be. I mean, first of all, he's not he's a forward, he's not a defenseman, so the better comparison might be Dakota Joshua, and if you want to get your hopes really high, you could say Bertuzzi, when Bertuzzi was in his prime. The fact that we even have a 6'6", 215-pound, 19-year-old left winger in our system who is showing signs of being a really talented goal scorer, and he can break bones, is amazing. That's so sick. So I'm hoping he could be the new Zadorov or Bertuzzi or Joshua or whatever, but the question is when. This season? I don't think so. Next season? Maybe, but again, he's so young. He needs to develop in the minors. He needs to play in Abbotsford. But yeah, he's on his way there for sure. At OMFG322 said, unless the Canucks go on a heater after Demko gets back, I can't see them finishing first in the division or top 5 in the league. Once playoffs roll around and Demko is healthy, that will be the difference maker. You said, unless the Canucks go on a heater after Demko gets back, I can't see them finishing first in the division or top 5 in the league. I actually think I disagree. And if there's any non-Canucks fans listening right now who want to comment and call me a homer because I'm so high on the Canucks, go ahead. But remember what I said about Draisaitl. I keep it real. As much as I'm a diehard fan, I keep it real. And here's the thing. The Canucks are really, really good this season. Like, really good. And if they have to win, and we're not talking like Lankinen and Shilovs, they're not Swiss cheese. They're not bad goalies. In fact, Shilovs, we have every reason to believe that he could be very, very good right now. And we got to temper our expectations a little bit, but he was so good against one of the best offensive teams in NHL history, the Edmonton Oilers. He played amazing against them. I'm not saying we should, Shilovs is Demko number 2, but we don't have bad goalies, okay? We just don't have our superstar, elite goalie right now. And if the Canucks have to win a couple games 5-3, 6-4, they can do that because their offense was good last year, but it got better this year. So I disagree. I don't think Demko... Like, here's the thing about goalies, or at least the way I look at it when it comes to goalies. A great team, like a really well-constructed team, it's not a necessity to have an all-star Henrik Lundqvist Luongo type goalie in net. Of course, it's preferred and it helps, but it's not required. You know, the Avalanche won the cup a few years ago with, I think it was Georgiev in net. Is that who it was, or was it, Colorado goalie 2022? Was that the year they won? 2022 Avalanche, 2023 Knights, yeah. Who was their goalie? Yeah, it was Georgiev, I think. Yeah, I mean, no shade to him, but he's not Demko. He's not Hellebuck, right? And even the year after, the Knights won with Adin Hill in net. And do I think Adin Hill is the best goal? I mean, he played fantastic, don't get me wrong. But I think it's just like, if you have a really, really good team and they keep shots to the outside, you know, breakaways are few and far between, shots from the slot are few and far between, you don't need that all-star goalie. It's really when the team's slacking or they're up against a juggernaut or there's injuries where a goalie like Demko really steps up and saves games for the Canucks. So when we're talking like, okay, Demko might miss, I mean, I don't even know, I haven't heard a number, but let's say he misses the first 25 games of the season, which I don't expect at all, but I mean, let's say it's 25 games. I don't think that's going to make the Canucks drop from like a potential second overall finish to like, I don't know, 7th. I guess we'll have to see. Okay, where was I here? At Junior Robbins 99 said, this will not happen 100%, but the hot take is we have 3 100-point players this year, PD Hughes and JT. Something more realistic, but still a very hot take, is Brock Besser gets 50 goals this year. So for me, that's not really that hot of a take, because Pettersson had 100 points the season prior, and he was on pace for 100 before getting injured and slumping in the latter quarter of last season. Miller hit 100 points this season. Hughes was only 8 points away from 100 points. Yeah, I think it's extremely possible that the Canucks have 300-point players. When it comes to Besser hitting 50 goals, yeah, he's got an incredible shot. He has great hockey IQ. He plays with amazing players. It's very possible, but I'd be happy with him hitting 40 again this year, even 30, honestly. But yeah, it's possible he'll hit 50. I think it's more likely that the Canucks will have 3 100-point players, though. Okay, yeah, that's it for YouTube. Let's move on to Twitter, where people tend to be a bit angrier. The takes are a bit hotter over here, so let's see what they say. That was a clip from the Nuckhead Podcast. To listen to the full episode, click the link in the description or search Nuckhead on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. Thank you. Bye.